Good evening, Internet. Shroom here playing some more Standard. Tonight I'm revisiting the deck that I played last week that I thought had an interesting concept, but the build wasn't quite right. There was a bit too much going on and one color that was not strictly speaking necessary. So tonight the crowd's going to go wild again as we go all the way to the Lavabrink with Luis. Let's take a look. Alright, so the Lavabrink Luis deck is a retooling of our Cheery Burn deck from last week, but minus the white, so we're just Rakdos this time. It's in the mid-range control space with a hint of combo. We're a ramp deck using ramp pieces that also damage our opponent and create a board of threats as they ramp us. We'll use accumulated treasures and bursts of mana to drop 6 and 7 drop bombs, as well as to fuel X burn effects that target our opponent directly, including Luis himself, to finish our opponents off, usually in one decisive burst. So first off, how are we ramping? Well, we're doing it with creatures that are like a little bit unusual for ramp pieces. They're not just boring old rocks. They're actual legitimate threats that can attack and do damage and actually grow and be actual threats, including the Cheering Crowd, which is a 2/2. At the beginning of each player's first main phase, they may put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. If they do, they add one colorless for each counter on it. So this is a symmetrical ramp piece that if our opponent doesn't take the bait, just gives us 1 extra mana on the following turn after we play it, but if they do, it gives us 2 extra mana and it goes up from there. It also grows as it does this, by the way, so this 2/2 turns into a 3/3, then a 4/4, etc. In short, a decent attacking threat that also just provides us free mana without doing anything more than just sitting on the battlefield and ramping our opponent too, but we'll talk about that later. And then of course we have the Generous Plunderer, who are 2/2 for 2 with Menace. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may create a treasure token. When you do, target opponent creates a tapped treasure token. Whenever this creature attacks, deals damage to a defending player equals the number of artifacts they control. So again, this gives us treasure every turn if we want it. We have to give our opponent tapped treasure if we do so, but that's fine because we have ways of dealing with that. And it's an evasive body that does extra damage based on the number of treasures or other artifacts our opponent has lying around. So both of these creatures ramp as they attack, grow bigger in the case of Cheering Crowd, ping for more and more damage in the case of Generous Plunderer. And now we also have the other namesake card of this deck, which is the Lavabrink Repels the Magmaloth. We all remember this key part of Magic history. It's a saga for 5 mana. For part 1, it makes it so creatures have to attack each combat, which isn't really relevant that much. It can set up bad attacks from our opponents sometimes. Tried really hard to get a Basilisk Collar in here, but couldn't make it work. Chapter 2, however, provides 3 red mana, and then Chapter 3 deals 5 damage to each opponent, so it's a Lava Axe. All of this for 5 mana, so this is kind of a key piece that we're going to try to leverage to make sure that we have something really relevant to play on the 3 red part of chapter of this saga, and then the bonus of the Lava Axe to the face will help us close out games. We're running the full 4 of this time, no half measures here. We're going all the way to the Lavabrinks. And then we do have a little bit of traditional mana in the form of the Iron Crag, which is just 2 mana rock. It's synergistic with our deck in other ways. We also have a Collector Vault as just a way to generate additional treasures. It's also an artifact, which will be relevant as we'll see a little bit later on. So why are we ramping? What are we ramping into? Well, of course, we have Luis Pompous Pillager. We're playing all 4 of Luis this time around. Double black and X, enters with X, +1/+1 counters on him. He has lifelink. When he enters, he deals X damage to target opponent. So this is just an X spell. We gain life for the value of X because the Luis is dealing the damage and Luis has lifelink. This leaves behind a huge body that is also lifelinking. Whatever value of X is, you add that to 2/1, and that is the power and toughness of the lifelinker that you were going to leave behind after the huge ping. So Luis is like what the deck is named after. It's our primary win con. We also have a one of Mardu Mobilize as another X spell where we can leverage extra bursts of mana to do the exhaust effect to do a huge amount of damage. It's also a vehicle that sits on the battlefield that can sometimes be helpful for us to play around removal effects by being able to crew this vehicle. We also have some planeswalkers that we're trying to ramp into, including Liliana Dreadhorde General, a 6-drop. We've got some 7-drop planeswalkers in Chandra Flameshaper, who pluses to basically draw cards and add 3 mana, so she's very synergistic with our strategy. Her +1 creates a copy of a creature, isn't going to come up too often. Her -4 deals 8 damage divided how we choose among any number of creatures and planeswalkers, so she protects herself, and then on a subsequent turn she can +2 to add 3 red mana. Let's look at the top 3 to find the appropriate spell for the occasion, which probably will be a Luis after adding that much mana. And then of course we have Ugin Eye of the Storms, another 7-drop planeswalker. When he enters, he exile the colored permanent. He pluses to draw cards and gain us life. He zeros to add 3 colorless mana, making him another extremely synergistic piece. Of course, whenever we cast a colorless spell while he's on the battlefield, we exile something, so that's why it's good to have things like Maze Mind Tomes and Collector's Vaults lying around for that little bit of extra synergy, as well as the Iron Crag. And then we've added the Red Overlord as another 6-drop payoff for our ramp. I don't really like playing with the overlords because I feel like they're just like overplayed. You know, as a jank brewer, I'm a little weary of them. Like the red one I think is okay. It's really more the green and the black ones that like just we really don't want to see those cards anymore. But the red overlord is just too good to pass up for this brew. For 6 mana we get a 5/5 body that pings for 4 when it attacks, when it enters, and when it makes subsequent attacks. We also can just play it as a 4 mana burn spell, so just we all know how good the overlords are. So of course, like our creature here in Crowd and Generous Plunderer give our opponents extra mana or treasures as well. Aren't we ramping them? Don't we need to do something about that? We certainly should, or else it could turn out badly for us. So that's why we're running a bunch of discard, 5 discard pieces in the main, more on the side. A couple of duresses and 3 binding negotiation allow us to yank away the removal spells that would kill our ramp creatures, or you know, anything that they might use as a payoff for all that ramp that we might provide them. There's other interaction in our deck as well so that we can survive to pull off our plan. Tragic Trajectory, Burst Lightning are just 1 mana removal spells. 0 Point Ballad is a good sweeper for us because we can get X ups really high with all of our ramp. And then there is yeah, so that's, I think we've covered everything at this point now. There's 24 lands in the deck. The only tech we have are a couple of Restless Vents. Like, we're Rakdos, so, like, we're pinched for colored dual lands, you know, because like Azorius, we don't have a fast land or a shock land. So we're running Restless Vents, even though I think this is, like, the worst Restless creature. We have a Demolition Field. We have a Fountain Port, which can create treasures. We have a Maraganda Raceway, which, if we, at maximum speed, can tap to add 2 mana, so it's like an Ancient Tomb that doesn't cost life if we're at max speed, which we should be able to achieve since we are like semi-aggressive. The sideboard contains a Duress and a Poison the Waters to fill out our graveyard suite. Our discard suite. Poison the Waters can target creatures. It also serves as a -1/-1 sweeper for the battlefield if you want to play it in that way, which is helpful in some situations. Speaking of sweepers, we've got a Fire Magic, we've got 2 Ghost Vacuum, we've got 2 Strategic Betrayal. These are our pieces of graveyard hate. Strategic Betrayal, of course, also good against mid-range decks. We got 1 Feed the Swarm as additional removal that can target enchantments, which are otherwise a little hard for us. We've gotten a Braid and a Ruinous Rampage against those artifact decks. 2 Crows of the Swarm is 1 are there against control. We can board it in as 2/1 Riot. That makes it so spells and abilities can't be countered, damage can't be prevented. So no counter spells will work, no Tishana's Tidebinder will work. You've got an Obliterating Bolt and at the end for additional removal as well. In particular, these are good against Dimir decks because they can exile the Enduring Curiosity. So that is the plan. We're going to do our aggro ramp. We're going to Lavabrink all day long, get those fat bursts of mana and play those fat X spells to close out the game, those planeswalkers to take control of the game. So let's see if this this pared down, simplified, more focused version of Cheery Burn can work. And if you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Darn it. Okay, so opponent... That's too bad that I had my mic muted the whole time. Anyway, our deck has worked well. Opponent gave us mana off our cheering crowd, which let us ramp to a huge Louis. So, I think they're dead. They're actually just dead to this Lavabrink. Alright, they're taking mana 4. So, they could maybe sweep us or something. Frontline rush, yeah. They get to draw. Another Caretaker's Talent. Yeah, let's take the action, get the mana. Let's draw a card. More Lavabrinks. Alright, so we'll play Lavabrink number 1. We're gonna attack with our guys anyway, so let's just use all our mana. Let's play... Collector's Vault, maybe? Or just do some exploring. We can just do some exploring. Generous Plunderer. We'll bin that. We're just looking for another X-Spell. I mean, we have them dead here. We have double a lot of axe on the way. Liliana Dreadhorde General will keep up. We'll keep on top. You hear me now, right? Yeah, I had my mic muted. Yeah, let's add a bunch of mana. Let's draw a card. Binding Negotiation, sure. Thought sees you. Frontline rush, gonna create some tokens and draw some cards. I guess we'll take... Dawn's Truce could protect them from the Lava Axe mode. Play another Lavabrink, another Lava Axe queued up. Play Liliana. Just spend all our mana.
My army
Good game, opponent says. But I don't like it when people say good game early. Why are you saying good game early? Are you saying that I'm gonna win?
Don't speak ill of the undead.
They have to deal with these 2 lava axes that are queued up here. Shock Brigade, Mobilize. They're just full-on token Mobilize deck. Warrior creatures you control have this token can't be sacrificed during your turn. Sure. We'll block one of these tokens.
You'll pay for that.
Down to 40. Authority of the Consuls. Alright, here comes Lava Axe number 1. Yeah, we'll add 8 colorless mana. Lava Axe you. Alright, we're at max speed now. Let's draw a card. You get 4 life. I mean, they are at 1 and they have only 2 blockers to our 3 attackers. So, duress. They can get lost to Louis. We draw a card off Lily.
This is more enjoyable than slaying demons.
Their collector's vault. Use it. Okay, there's another Louis. And that's game. So we Louis X equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is indeed a good game. Aggro-y tokens is what they are. So we want Poison the Waters, we want Fire Magic, Feed the Swarm. They're probably going to have Enduring Innocence, I can only presume. So I could see an Obliterating Bolt. I think Duress is actually also pretty good. So I don't really necessarily like this, like, one-off removal against tokens, like Bitter Triumph. We'll keep an Obliterating Bolts and a Feed the Swarm as spot removal. Of course, we have Ugin, Liliana, and Chandra that can remove creatures as well. And maybe I don't have room for the 3rd Duress. Just go the 6 discard spells. We need a lot of discard in this deck. Cut 1 Cheering Crowd. Try it like this. Okay, yeah, I like the disruption. We got disruption and ramp, so we just need payoffs, and we'll be good. Hey, there's a payoff. Duress you. I think just Caretaker's Talent. Alright, and then War Leader's Call. Skullmaker's Shop. I wonder what the Feed the Swarm cost is of this. Is it 8 or is it 2? Well, we're probably gonna find out. I think I'll play Generous Plunderer. Authority. We get to block 1 thing. We will get a treasure. Give you a tapped treasure. Okay, so we can play a Lavabrink now. Or, which would let us play an Overlord next turn. Which would let us... Yeah, it would let us play an Overlord on the following turn. This means we have to take 2 damage now. Yeah, I think we'll do it. We'll shock... Oh, I can just play this Overlord now? Yeah, we'll play Lavabrink. Oh, it makes our creature have to attack. Oops. I forgot about that part. Another sequencing bit is, like, you want to play this... If you want to keep your creatures around, you play it on your 2nd main phase. I'm actually not too sad about having to make that attack. Alright, we get our triple red. The question is, do we want to Overlord when we know they have a... We know they have a Get Lost. We could play the Crowd. Let's feed the Swarm on that. Does it cost 2 or does it cost 8? We're gonna find out. Cost 2. Okay. It wouldn't have been terrible to do Authority the consoles there either. Okay, here comes the Get Lost on my cheering crowd. Okay. Well, they don't have it for the Overlord now, which is good. I don't know if I'm gonna survive though. Yeah, I think I'm dead actually. Yep, they got going a little too well in the early game. All right. Okay, we want to kill their mobilized creatures. So Tragic Trajectory, shoot the Sheriff. A Braid. Tragic Trajectory actually doesn't kill Voice of Victory by itself, unlike Unkicked. Bitter Triumph does, though. They seem like the kind of deck that could have Elspeth as well. Let's cut a Collector's Vault. Yeah, we'll cut Bitter Triumph. I don't think we want to take 3 damage to remove something. Bring back in Burst Lightning. I think we'll cut Boom Mobile. Cut 1 Lavabrink. Let's try it like this. We got Luis and the Lavabrink. Is this a keepable hand? We're gonna try it. I mean, the deck is called Luis Goes to the Lavabrink, right? Or something like that. So I guess we'll keep it. We'll try. We'll draw into other stuff. Me's Mind? Sure. Go for a Scry. Binding Negotiation, I like. Authority. Alright, let's Binding Nig. Elspeth, Caretaker's Talent. Zurgo. Yeah, they got a good hand of cards here. Caretaker's Talent, I guess, because they can cast it. Alright, now we're in Scry for land mode. Okay, there's one. Anim Pakal. Yeah, I think I'll just Louis X equals 2 here. They have a Get Lost. So we're scrying for land number 5 here. Dollmaker's Shop, okay. So they're not dealing with Louis this turn. Okay, there's land number 5. Do we want to attack with Louis or not? We do, because they are just going to Get Lost it. Alright, let's get the Lavabrinks going. There's Cartier's talent. They do get to draw a card. Shoot the sheriff. Now the problem with this is if we play Louis using this excess mana now, we don't get to attack with this Louis. So I think we use this Louis to Lavabrink. Then we'll attack with this Louis, because it has to. We probably just kill that guy. We don't need to do it right now, I guess. War leader's call. Alright, let's kill this guy. Copy a token, draw cards. Okay, feed the swarm. So we can Louis X equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then they take another 5. We can feed the swarm on authority. I don't know. Let's draw a card here. I don't think I want to X equals 5 Louis, because that means that like we can't attack. And I think we should be attacking, so let's draw a card. Gain 4 life. Raucous Theater. We don't need more lands. I think we feed the swarm that so that they can't buff it into an anthem. We attack with Louis. Sure. And I think we pass. Problem is we don't have an answer for Elspeth now. Sephiroth. Yeah, I think we just got out card advantaged by the caretaker's talents, unfortunately. Alright, that's game. We can X equals 4, so we're X equals 5. We're actually one mana away from having a lethal Louis here. Is there anything we can do about that? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're 1 mana off. Oh well, GG's. Too much value from the caretakers. Naders will be our next opponents. We'll be on the play. And we have ramp, we have payoffs we will keep. Iridescent Divine Lasher, okay. Need this here cheering crowd. Would you like a mana? You would have to give me 2. They take the mana. Which they use to kill my thing. Some pings. Chandra. Right? I think we're just passing. We probably will have to shock to overlord this thing next turn, unfortunately. Assuming no better target presents itself. Gonna sack to kill my fountain port, okay. Actually, we'll go mountain. We draw burst lightning. Yeah, let's just do that. Rather than use my overlord and shock myself. Play this on black. I suppose there's an argument for like getting the impending started. It does. It would have been at 12. Yeah, there's another Vine Lasher kicked. All right. Well, impends. Kill a lizard. Overlord. Overlord hardcast. Alright. Which we can't do. We can only impend this Overlord. Boy, they've gotten so many pings with those lashers. I could boom mobile. X equals 1, 2. And hope that I draw a mana to do this Overlord next turn. Because it doesn't kill the green Overlord. I guess. Phenomena Recorder. Remove a film counter from this copy target artifact. Activated or triggered ability you control, you may choose. Okay, so they're triggering, copying landfall triggers. Okay. Sure, that's just game. So all those lizard triggers in the early game really got us good. Shoot the sheriff, abrade. Strategic betrayal, feed the swarm, poison the waters. Maybe the end. Fire magic. So we cut 7 non-sideboard cards, I guess. I don't know. I think we got to keep our ramp plan intact as much as possible. Let's cut Boom Mobile. We want to preserve this, I think. I'm going to bring in the second strategic betrayal. I feel like they might be like a... They might be using the graveyard to some degree. Cut a vault. Cut one of each, our crowd and our plunderer. Alright, we're going to have to hit this a little bit. Lavabrink. Maybe one of our 7 mana walkers. Probably Chandra. Maybe we don't need Feed the Swarm. Cut 1 duress. Try like this. Okay, yeah, interaction. We will be able to kill an early game lizard, so we'll keep. What's up, Maven? How's it going? Yeah, we'll start on a tap land. Generous Plunderer. I kind of would just rather have a land. TBH. Yeah, I'd rather have a land. Alright, the Iron Crag's not bad. Let's duress. Deadly Cover Up, Seed Chip Impact. They've got an Overlord, they've got a Luis. So they're doing something similar to us, it looks like. But they're using the boring green Overlords. Okay, Binding Neg. Yeah, let's take the Overlord. Freestrider Lookout. Alright, play the Iron Crag. Yeah, we'll shock this, I guess. To play Amaze Mind. Do 1 scry. Land. Okay, we'll take a land. Alright, they need to ramp because that's a crime, although Luis is not a outlaw. Okay, well, I think we need to X equals 3 this. Kill their creatures. Take 3 damage. I think I am going to go for a scry, because I'm going to need that 4 life, I think. The end should be good. Starter Lookout. Let's draw a card. Raucous Theater. Fountain Port. That gives us Ugin next turn. Pass. See if they go for another Louis. Scavenging Ooze. Does let them ramp. So let's see, they have 1 green mana available so they can get the Ooze up to a 4/4. Yeah, I'm just going for Ugin. And we're going to exile the Freestrider or the Ooze. I think the Ooze. The Ooze just has too much stuff to eat right now. The Ooze can become gigantic. Alright, let's plus draw a card. Poison the waters.
Open your mind to possibility.
Okay, I can actually trigger Tragic Trajectory next turn by using the last activation of my Maze Mind Tome. Okay, they're just gonna go for a big attack on Ugin. Totally fine. No, they're just attacking me. Okay, because I'm at 10. Well, that makes sense, I guess. Okay. Good. So, let's... What do we want to do? We want to V-end something, that's for sure. I could also poison the waters to get rid of Louis. I probably need to do that before I do anything, because that will kill us. Yeah, we'll get rid of Louis. We will draw a card. Game 4. Another Ugin. Okay, that's good. Then we'll cast our Revolted thingy. Then we'll draw a card and gain 3 life.
Insight is vital to
I think we're in good shape here. The end can get rid of all those overlords. Alright, they're just gonna activate Cottage. I think this is a losing battle for them. Okay, there is the Red Overlord, which they do have.
open your mind.
They do have the Deadly Cover-Up for it. If they cast that, it means that they can't attack with their thing, I think. So I think we'll cast this. Hard cast it. Bring it for 4. The Amaze Mind Tome. Oh, I should have saved that. I should have saved that. That was silly. For a colored permanent.
Yours.
So for his -11, he can search for any number of colorless non-land cards, exile them, and shuffle to the end turn. You may cast those. So what do I have? Do I still have another Maze Mind Tome? I guess I still have another Maze Mind Tome. So should I need to exile something, I do have the option of digging that out of my library. Ice Till Explorer. Demolition Field my Fountain Port. Okay. So they're gonna try to, like, destroy all my lands by recycling their demolition fields. Fortunately, I have a lot of basics. I also have a The End that I will happily spend on this. Yeah, they're trying to get rid of all my basics, it looks like. Fortunately, I've got a bunch, since I'm Rakdos. Hey, you gave me 2 untapped lands that I can now use to draw a card. Still more basics in there. Alright, let's draw a card. Strategic Betrayal, that's a good one. Alright, let's draw with Ugin. Liliana.
Insight is vital.
Let's Strategic Betrayal. You can sack your Ice Till and your graveyard as well. Let's attack. Ping you for quite a bit. Now, do I play Liliana? 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can double activate their Restless Reefs. Yeah, I think I'll play Liliana.
The undead. I am the master here.
Make a zombie.
Necromancy is a lot like plucking turnips.
There's the Overlord. Okay. Not a problem at all. Here comes one Restless Cottage. Coming at Lily. Sure, we'll block this and draw a card.
Time to get my
Then we'll draw a
hands
card.
dirty.
Another Overlord. Okay. Let's draw with Ugin. We could ultimate Ugin to get our last Maze Mind. Just exile the Overlord. I think I like the ending the Overlord though. So let's just draw.
My plan bears fruit.
We'll just the end this. Overlord, Ice Tills, Free Strider Lookouts, Sirach, Maelstrom Pulse, Luis, Iridescent Fine Lashers. Okay. Just a landfall crime deck trying to loop their graveyard as well. Okay. Let's attack. 4 to your face. Let's make a zombie.
My hacks give me
Now, we know they
strength.
have that deadly cover up in hand. So, I think I'll just Lavabrink. Pass. Lava Axe queued up. Think we got this. Yes, okay. So, crime. Landfall. Crime. We've got our strategic betrayals. That's good. I feel like we want Obliterating Bolt for those Ice Till guys. And I could see another Duress as well. Maybe we'll cut Burst Lightning. The ramp is good. The discard's good. You know, maybe we just don't have the room for Duress number 2. Try this. Okay. We've got a Thoughtseize, Obliterating Bolt, Lily. We don't have ramp. We just need to find it. Let's keep. Shoot the Sheriff. That's a good one. Yeah, we will keep land number 5. Alright, so now we can Thoughtseize. Hey, Phyrexian fellow, how's it going? Ice Till Explorer, Bitter Chime, Free Strider, double Maelstrom Pulse. We can answer both the creatures. Maybe take the Maelstrom Pulse because they can kill the walkers. So can Bitter Triumph. Early morning. It's like 8 p.m. over here. Nice. There's the Free Strider. So you're somewhere in Europe, I'm guessing. We need to kill both these creatures. So, yeah, I can't Plunderer and kill this. They do have the crime available to them. Oh, he's an outlaw. Is this guy an outlaw? He's not. So, yeah, I have to obliterate and bolt this guy. Cool, cool. This guy is really good. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. You may play lands from your graveyard. So he's like a Dryad of the Elysian Grove and a Crucible of Worlds. Okay. Kill him. My darling Liliana. Yeah, Big Lily is an excellent planeswalker indeed. Alright, let's play our Plunderer. They still have 2 cards that can kill Lily. They're gonna spend 1. Yeah, she's definitely a good one. You know, Liliana of the Veil is also a classic. Do we want... Yeah, I think at this point, we want the extra mana. So I can play Lily here. It does die. But I get to draw a card, I get rid of their Overlord, and I get one of their 2 cards out of their hands. I think that's a pretty good outcome. Yeah, I don't think we can just wait till we find Thoughtseize. They've already got an Overlord, they've got a Restless Cottage. I think I need to act, so let's attack. Since we're gonna sack our Plunderer anyway, they just take it. Okay. Play Lily. Unfortunately, we have to minus. We do get to draw a card. Okay, Cheering Crowd. They actually can just attack Lily down with their Restless Cottage? Sure. That takes their turn. Especially with Season of Doubling. Well, yeah. I mean, every Planeswalker is a bit better with Doubling Season. Tragic Trajectory. Okay. Play our Crowd. I suppose instead of just sacking my Lily like that, no, I mean, like, they have 2 removal spells that can hit it. So if I just plus to add a zombie, they just Maelstrom Pulse it or Bitter Triumph. We're gonna take 4. Okay, they let us add mana. Unfortunately, we just draw lands, so it doesn't really help us. I guess we're firing up the Restless Vents. This is not where we want to be. Okay, they triumph the Vents. Play a tap land. We need to draw something, deck. How about some of those bombs? Strider. Uh-huh. That's a crime. Louis. Yeah, we're gonna take the action. We're gonna attack you for 4. You take it? We're gonna play this untapped. We're gonna X equals 5 this Louis. See if we can get the last little bit of the way there. I don't know. They have a pile of food. And a restless cottage. Pillage the bog. Is basically a demonic tutor in this situation. Twice the number of lands. So they look at the top 18. I have to think they might have some answers. If I just draw another Louis, though, we'll see what they do. Okay, they have a Louis. X equals some very large number. So, we can kill their Louis. Because we can attack with our guys, force a block. And then we can Tragic Trajectory. Yeah, I think that's the play. Attack with our dudes. Okay, Louis blocks Louis. We gain a pile of life, so do we. So we can kill Louis now. Play Generous Plunderer, so we're top decking. I don't know, I don't like it. The opponent's got a Maelstrom Pulse, 2 cards, and 2 Restless Cottages. There's the Maelstrom Pulse. So this Generous Plunderer does do a fair amount of damage. They're attacking for 11 damage here though, so I probably have to block. Yeah, actually, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the Plunderer attacks for 9, but they can crack a food, so there would actually only be 8, and they would go up to 19. Yeah, I have to block, and I have to draw a Louis, basically. And we just draw land. Alright, GG's. Very close. Bergs the Mighty? Nope. That was not the correct pronunciation. Well, we're on the draw. With a handful of 5+ drops and no ramp. We do have double surveils, and we're on the draw. No ramp and, like, no interaction either. And I think this is a mulligan. Alright, this is better. We actually have cards we can play. And I guess I'll bottom this Overlord. The Iron Crag? Okay. Regal Bunnycorn. That's the kind of thing that needs to be killed whenever you get a chance to kill it. So... Then again, like, this could be a very important tempo turn. I do have a Duress, which can take away, like, a protection spell if I need to. Yeah, I want to build my mana. Since I didn't draw land, I think I need to play the Iron Crag. Ethereal Armor. Alright, let's play Maze Mines. I really would like to just find another untapped black land. So that way I could Duress and then Bitter Triumph next turn. Demonic Ruckus suspended or plotted. This is like the loneliest bunnycorn I've ever seen. Untap Black Source, please. No. Alright, let's Cheering Crowd. Now, I could Duress them. The thing is, like, they're about to draw a card off this Aura. I don't have the mana to Duress them and kill the bunny. So if I Duress them and then they draw, like, a protection spell off the Aura, it's a disaster. Enduring Innocence. Okay, so they did tap down. Kill the bunny. Do we want to discard a card or pay 3 life? We're gonna pay 3 life. They get to draw a card. Okay. We get to add some mana. So we can Luis X equals 4. X equals 5. That seems pretty good. Or we could just Lavabrink. No, I think I like a Luis X equals 5 because we've got a second one. Or maybe just an X equals 4 plus a Duress. Oh, I actually don't have the black mana to do that. Alright. Yeah, let's just X equals 5. This Luis. We will decline to transform the Iron Crag into an equipment. Let's attack with our crowd. If you want to double block, that's okay. They don't. So they could add a bunch of mana. They do. They add 3 colorless mana. Kellen. Search your library for an aura or equipment. Sheltered by ghosts. The sheltered Luis. So they're gonna gain 7 life. Scavenger. So they're like a straight up Boggles deck, just about. Alright, let's draw a card. A mountain. That's duress. Pain for all. Enchanted creature deals damage equals its power to any other target. Whenever enchanted dealt damage, it deals that much damage to each opponent. We'll get rid of that. We'll play this Lavabrink. Oh, this means that my 6/6 has to attack. Oops. Oh, I played it wrong. See, this is why the sequencing is so important. Now I'm going to lose. Because I have to attack with this 6/6. And they already have a lethal battlefield, so... Yep, I lost. Yeah, you play this... if you don't want to attack, you have to play this on your second main phase. So, they are... Boggles. Strategic Betrayal should be very good against them. Shoot the Sheriff. Like, stuff that can just kill their creatures. Feed the Swarm. Poison the Waters. Duress. Again, we're just obliterating bolts for the Enduring Innocence. The end. Alright, so we gotta make 9 cuts. I guess we're just cutting... We're shaving non-sideboard cards, so... 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6. Maybe we don't need duress number 3. 1 Maze Mine and Collector's Vaults. I don't know, Maze Mine is kind of important to our deck. Although we did cut an Ugin. And we do want duress number 3. So we'll cut Mardu Mobilize. I think we'll just go down to 2 Lavabrinks. Try it like this. Tragic Trajectory is good. Luis is good. It's just a keepable hand. That's all that we've got. 1 removal spell and a Luis. I think it's a mulligan, actually. Okay, this is a bit better. Get a bunch of discard, some removal, and a plunderer. That was indeed the loneliest bunny corn. Yeah, we're keeping this, and we're gonna bottom Luis. We'll play this on red. Tragic Trajectory, the Armadillo. So we can 2 for 1 ourselves to try to kill this thing. I think he just thought sees them instead, though. We'll just take Ethereal Armor, I guess. We couldn't kill this because it has Ward 1. Yeah, I've seen this before. People are using this as a platform for, like, auras and stuff. Dude, no land. That sucks. Well, I think we'll take... Gotta take Enduring Innocence. Okay, we draw land. I think we're gonna let this come into play. Tapped as a black source. I don't want to play the Plunderer because they have a Sheltered by Ghosts. So I think what I'm going to do is probably bolt this Scavenger and then just try to kill their creatures before I play my Plunderer. Gloria the Great Armorer. Alright, let's kill that. We'll pay 3. Overlord. Still no land, though. Now we also can't kill this armadillo because we used our Bitter Triumph. We had to. Gonna get +4/+4 +0 to the end of the turn? Okay. Alright, we'll kill this thing. We can't kill the ox, the armadillo. There's a cheering crowd. Boy, not drawing land has really been bad for us. We gotta play something. When it's getting muted. Now they can Sheltered by Ghosts. Alright, I need to find a strategic trail is what I need. Oh. Now I need more than that. Blazemeyer Verge. No, I don't think so. I need like a fire magic or something. Itali's Favor. Discover 3. Into Sheltered by Ghosts. Yeah, I think we played against this exact same deck like when we played this deck last time. 7. Alright, so I can't even kill these armadillos because they have ward. I don't know, I'm looking for something here. Exercise. Means they can't pump up their armadillos at least. Alright, GG's. Too bad. Yeah, those guys are annoying. That's the kind of deck where you just need sweepers. And we don't, we'll talk about this in the final thoughts. Gaming time, the Standard Bearer will be our next opponent. Will be on the play. Okay, we'll keep. We have a cheering crowd that we can cast. Hole Carver, 1/1 Death Touch artifact creature. Okay. Cheering crowd. Opponent reads the card. More hole carvers. We'll take one. More cheering crowds. We're not gonna attack. Play another cheering crowd. It's a lot of mana you can have. This is a very dangerous situation, actually. We're offering our opponent 3 mana. So they could play a 6-drop on their turn 3, theoretically, if they took all this mana. Opponent does not take any free mana. Or do they? I don't know. They're still thinking? They don't. Tiny Bones. When deals combat, you may cast target non-land permanent from that player's graveyard. We'll let your 1/1 Death Touchers through. Tiny Bones is also a 1/1 Death Toucher. Yeah, we'll add a bunch of mana here. So, we're gonna Boom Mobile the Tiny Bones for sure. I guess we're just doing it all the way for 3. Oh, I could have done it for 4, I miscounted. Shard Mage's Rescue on Tiny Bones. Okay. So they do add mana this turn. And they shock. Assemble the players. Look at the top card of your library. Once you may cast a creature spell with power 2 or less from the top of your library. Okay. Ethereal armor on Tiny Bones. He's huge. He's got first strike. We're just gonna take this. 7 damage. Yes, drop point valid. The problem is we want to X equals 5 this. If we want to use this extra mana, we have to do that pre-combat. So I could play the Lavabrink. There would still be 3 mana left here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and that would let me X equals 5, the 0-point ballot. Okay, let's do that. Then we X equals 5. Kill your stuff, kill one of my crowds. Attack for 6. No mana for our opponent this turn. More Lavabrinks. Yeah, Play a Lavabrink. And play a Lavabrink. That's 3 lightning axes queued up. Boy, do we have to attack this turn. Basil Loudmouth is gonna tap my creature. Alright, we'll crew the Boommobile. Squire's Light Blade. First strike till the end of the turn and +1/+0. Okay. So do I die? Yes, I think I do. I guess it depends on if they draw an untapped land or not. If they draw an untapped land, they can attack with the Restless Fortress and I die. Well, I mean, my Boommobile was not going to be able to block anyway. Alright, let's see if we die here. Oh, they just get the mana off the Cheering Crowd. The Cheering Crowd gives them the mana they need. Oh, to activate the Restless Fortress? Okay, well, they got it anyway. Okay, boo. Man, we're just like a step behind where we need to be today. Duress. Fire Magic. Oh, they're a bunch of weenies, huh? Abrade. Shoot the Sheriff. Poison the Waters. Cut. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we don't go up to 3 Duresses here. 6 discard spells, probably okay. Try it like this. Alright, early game interaction, plus ramp, plus payoff. Keep. Okay, we will Duress. Sheltered by Ghost, Ethereal Armor. Alright, we'll take Ethereal Armor. I think we'll kill Tiny Bones. Alright, play the Cheering Crowd. This guy. Now there's a platform for the Sheltered by Ghosts, which we now can't pay the ward for. Ugh. Canonized in Blood. At the beginning of your end step, if you descend this turn, plus counter on target creature. Okay, so I do get to kill this guy. Alright, cool. Yeah, ramp, please. We'll play this tapped on red, I guess. No, actually we want to kick it, don't we? Because then we can hard cast. Yeah, totally. Hard cast, go to your thing. Attack for 4. Continue ramping. Play another Overlord. Thing here for 4. I think this is lethal, yeah. Thing here for 4, attack for 10. GG's. Okay. I want the strategic betrayals also. And further cutting. Lavabrink +1 binding negotiation. Let's try that. Alright. Yes, removal, ramp, mana. We just need bombs. We'll keep. Pulse tracker. That card's legal and standard? Alright, let's duress. Take ethereal armor. Alright, let's duress. Celestial armor, sheltered by ghosts. Take sheltered by ghosts. Play a tap land. Opponent shocks. And a Fenza. Alright, we can wipe their board here. So let's do that. Alright, and if ends and leaves behind a 2/2. I suppose I could have waited on that. Yeah, it would have been better to wait. I don't know, they are playing like protection spells, so it's hard to say, really. Alright, let's just play our cheering crowd. Vassal. Taps our dude. They do take the mana. What are they going to do with said mana? Celestial armor. Going on the 2/2. We'll discard Raucous Theater to cast that. Okay, they have the protection spell. So we need to find something. Removal? I don't know if we have what we need in our deck. I mean, yeah, Louis. I guess I'm staying up to block this 2/2. I can attack with this Restless Vent. Actually, I don't want to do that, because I need to have this, available to get rid of the Restless Fortress. So I had nothing to do with the mana there. I could have attacked and discarded this, but that lets them attack with Restless Fortress, and maybe I die if they do that. I might just die if they have, something here. Canonized in blood. Cathar Commando. Okay. Well, we need to find something or we're dead. Luis. Luis, I think, is what we need here. Can we find a Luis, please? Chandra would do it too. Nope, just land. Man. Brickin' like crazy today. Toasted G1, the Mighty, will be our final opponent. Let's see if we can get a win tonight. Be on the play. A one-lander. It's so tempting to keep this, but I think we mulligan. Into a six-lander deck. Have I done something to offend you? So this is a terrible draw. We get a Surveil. We're on the play. Does this beat a random hand of 5 cards? I don't want to mold a 5, so we'll keep this. And bottom one of these lands. Probably this. Action, please. Louis. We'll take a Louis. Luis. Quint's Insight, so it's like an exile deck. Okay, Binding Negotiation is good. Knife Trick. Grow Extra Arms. Bio, Knife Trick. Huh? At the beginning of your first main phase, discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, this enchantment does 1 damage to each opponent. Okay, so you got all these Mayhem cards. You may discard a card. Bio lets you just store up mana turn after turn. I don't know, I think I'll take that guy. I'm not really sure. Grow Extra Arms? That guy's a spider. Oh yeah, like there's so many things that are spiders. Because there's the not Spider-Man set. Alright, they discarded the Grow Extra Arms. There's Bio. Alright, Restless Vent. Do something useful. Yeah, we'll discard a land. Draw a land. Use Mind Tome. Let's play Lavabrink. So let's just play a big Louis next turn. Generous Plunderer. Yeah, we'll Louis X equals 6. Fountain Port. I don't think we want a Fountain Port, or do we? I guess it's a good land. Sure. X equals 6. Pinging for 6. Gain 6. tapping their land to surveil. I thought about adding Bio to this deck, because it is a creature that lets you store up land turn after turn. It's kind of expensive, though. I don't know, I felt like... You have double spell for us? String Puller is a 4/3 spider. Alright, we draw Fountain for it. Play it. Maze Mine Tome. Generous Plunderer. Down goes the Plunderer. Just find a Luis, shall we? Draw a card. Luis? No. 0 Point Ballad. He's pretty good. Question is, do we want to X equals more than 3? We can X equals 6. And then we could get a creature of our own, like this Bio. Or the Sadistic String Puller. Or perhaps Desecrex. Sure, let's do it. X equals 6. We could just also X equals 4 and Maze Mine, but I think we'll do X equals 6. We will take... I think Bio, actually. Because we can use its ability. Alright, they ping us for 2. Maybe we should have just gone X equals 4. I feel pretty scared at 3 life. Knife Trick. X equals 0. Make this card a card if you draw 2 cards. Max speed, sack this enchantment. Creatures you control gain haste. Okay. Well, they're only at speed 1 right now. I think I'm gonna scry, because I'm gonna need the 4 life off this Maze Mine as soon as possible, I think. Yeah, let's go for Scry. Louis? Raucous Theater. No, thank you. Binding Negotiation. Let's draw a card. Ugin. Alright, Binding Negotiation. Random Encounter, Skittering Kitten. Like, all these creatures... This creature's gonna be hasty, so it kills me. I could block it. They could play the kitten and the Boros. Yeah, I think I gotta take Random Encounter. I don't know. It's tough. Maybe I should have taken one of these because they actually don't have the mana for Random Encounter right now. I think it has Trample. Ugh. We'll see. I might be dead here. Okay, Vigo, Enforcer of Ig's Crossing. Oh, they're not max speed, so their stuff doesn't all have haste. Okay. Yeah, we'll activate. What do you have in hand? We'll activate my creature land and block. Okay, we get to eat the Skittering Kitten. There's another one. Liliana. Okay, I could just Ugin, exile this, draw a card, gain 3. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do, right? Yeah. Exile that thing.
Equilibrium.
Draw a card, gain 3 life.
Restored. Insight is vital to success.
I can also draw a card and gain 4 life from my Maze Mine now. Terminus of Return. Lavaborn Goblins. Gonna swing. Let's draw a card and gain 4. Hope that's enough. Bitter Triumph. Duress doesn't do anything. Let's draw a card and gain 3 life. Chandra.
Focus. Breathe.
Alright, let's Liliana. Make you sack your
I do
stuff.
hope you make this battle exciting for me. Death is such an effective tool.
Pass. Kivni Orb Weaver. Boris. Neither of these are hasty at the moment. Okay. We'll discard Duress. Kill Boris. Alright. Let's draw with Ugin. Can we get a Luis, please? Generous Plunderer.
My plan bears fruit.
Alright, let's make a zombie. Let's play Chandra.
Freedom will blaze through the multiverse.
Let's plus her. Add 3
Fast,
mana and
fight hard.
exile cards. Play that card this turn. This turn. Darn it. We wasted a Luis. Alright, I guess we'll play our Collector's Vault. And exile. Kickoff celebrations. Quint's Insights. I don't think they're gonna get, yeah, I think we'll just take Quint's Insight so they can't have them look at less cards.
Fate flows as easily.
And we'll play this Generous Plunderer also. I would like to think we're in good shape here. Okay, opponent scoops it up. So against Mayhem, we want Ghost Vacuum. We want Strategic Betrayal. Shoot the Sheriff. Just like all the creature stuff as usual. Creatures are a little bit on the fatter side. Feed the Swarm, definitely. So maybe we'll cut Burst Lightning. Cut Fire Magic, actually. Nah, we want Fire Magic. That could be good. Possibly the end, too. So we just cut 10 non-sideboard cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Backing off our ramp plan a bit. Nah, let's keep that up. Cut Boomobile. I don't think we're gonna run the end. We don't want to totally abandon our big mana plays ever. Cut Collector's Vaults. I'll cut one of these Binding Negotiations. Try it like this. Oh, dude. That's a one-lander. We gotta mull that. And this looks okay. We'll keep and bottom Chandra. Okay, we can duress. I think we'll duress turn 1. Kick off celebrations. Yeah, we'll duress that. Raucous Theater. Rather than shock ourselves, I think we'll just play a tap land this turn. Overlord. Keeping Overlord. So they sack their kitty to try to trigger their stuff. We'll play this on red. It enters tapped. We'll pass. They're using temples and surveillance. I guess, like, they're looking for maximum surveillance. Alright, let's kill this spider. Alright, play up Plunderer. I'm just gonna tap out to kill it. Yep. Binding negotiation. Let's do that. Ninja's Blades, random encounter, Bayo, Vigo. Yeah, I'll take Vigo. There's Bayo. We're not gonna do it because we have an Overlord here. I could just Overlord, or I could Lavabrink to hardcast the Overlord. I have 8 mana. I could hardcast the Overlord next turn and still Bitter Triumph. I think I'll do that. Ninja's Blades. Okay. So let's hardcast the Overlord. We'll kill Bayo. Ping us for 1. Alright, we're just gonna kill this. We'll take 3 damage. Alright, they're just surveilling. They're gonna get hit for a good chunk here. About land though, man. Hit you for 9. Kivney. Discard something. Death Flame Burst. Alright, and double spell. No? No double spell. Tragic Trajectory, that's a good one. That was a tragic trajectory that Kival took there. Oh, are you kidding me? Does this work now? Can I still do this? Can I get this up to -10 if I crack my demolition field in response? I think it does work. Please tell me it works. It does not. Bogus, dude. Alright, well, we gotta kill Kivney. I should have demolition fielded first. Wasn't expecting the grow extra arms though, but that was enough. We got there against Rakdos Mayhem Spiders, trying very hard to make those Mayhem cards work, and to decent effect. Alright, our final record with Luis and the Lavabrinks, this reforging of our Cheery Burn deck, was a 1-4, so we got a win this time, which is an improvement. And I think it's better. You know, I like the idea of this deck so much. Like Cheering Crowd is such a cool card. The thing about Cheering Crowd is, like, it's kind of has the Howling Mind problem where it gives your opponent the mana first. So it's just like, it's so dangerous playing this card. We did get to see it like kind of go off where like it can add mana and also become a huge attacker. But in reality, like, it's probably just a little too dangerous to play this unless you're like just overloaded on the discard. You know, I'm talking like packing at least 6 discard cards main. Like, you would want like 3 duresses so that you can duress the kill spell for the Cheering Crowd before you play it. Ideally, you'd want to, you know, also Thoughtseize like the next bomb out of their hand as the Cheering Crowd is going. So yeah, I'm just like trying to ramp using these guys just doesn't work as well as ramping using traditional means, you know, like Llanowar Elves, mana dorks that just reliably just tap for mana every turn, or, you know, rocks. But there is the cool factor, like when everything lines up and you get the extra mana off this and you can use it to play Louis. It's just so cool. I'm convinced that like these 2 cards like go really good together. The 3 extra mana to kick the Louis to make his ping hurt a lot more, and then the very next step is the Lava Axe. So like, it seems like a good combination. I think maybe we're just like, I don't know if I'm gonna play this anymore. You know, I've tried it twice and like it hasn't done well. I think we're just still lacking in sweepers. I think that's the next tweak to make would be to add another couple of sweepers to the 75. Right now we've got a Fire Magic, and we've got is that all the sweepers we have? We have a 1 of 0 point Ballad. So in various iterations of this deck, I tried out using a Scavenger Regent or 2, just as extra creatures that can also, for their, you know, sweeper mode, it's an X spell that's a sweeper. So I think that would be good. Like, the question with this deck is like, is balancing the different aspects of the deck, and it's very hard to do. Like, you need your ramp pieces to get into your more expensive stuff. You need your card draw to like find the expensive stuff and the ramp that you need in the correct order. You need the bombs to play off of your ramp. You need discard, because you got to make sure, since we're playing Cheering Crowd, you got to have the discard to make sure that you're not, you know, ramping your opponent into their own Ugin or something. And you need just the general sort of interaction to, you know, survive in the standard metagame. You ideally want spells that are synergistic with Ugin as well. So, like, there's kind of a lot of moving parts still. And I'm not sure how further to pare that down. I might just be shelving this idea for now. Although I love the idea of, like, using these 3 cards together. So if I were to play this again in the near future, I probably would try to add another sweeper or 2 to the 75. Like, but what do you cut? That's the question. Like, the deck also could use more card draw, more removal. But like, I think we could do with like a 3rd Maze Mind Tome. That would be good, because it does synergize well with Ugin anyway, and it just helps us find the pieces we need. So another Maze Mind Tome and like 2 more sweepers in the 75 probably. What would I cut for those? I don't know. Maybe Kraza. Maybe against control you try to just rely on your discard to make sure they don't have counterspells at key times. Cut the Krazas and add like I could definitely see adding one of Deadly Cover-Up. We're a bit light on creatures. Just as a sure thing, maybe 2 Deadly Cover-Up, or a Deadly Cover-Up and another Fire Magic or something, or another 0 point Ballad. 0 point Ballad is a good sweeper for this deck. So yeah, I would get Maze Mind number 3 in there to help us draw a little smoother, and I would find space for 2 more sweepers in the 75. But yeah, I still think like it's too hard to balance the different elements of the deck the way it is. Adding the element of like needing to find discard spells probably is a bit prohibitive. Whereas if you were not playing Cheering Crowd and just playing Llanowar Elves or like a 2-mana Mana Dork, you wouldn't need to worry about that as much because you're not giving your opponent extra mana. But because we're going to Cheering Crowd, we add this additional moving part, as it were, of like needing to Thoughtseize our opponent, which is, I mean, it's a good thing to do anyway, but this deck kind of needs to include those cards more than other decks would because of the Cheering Crowds. So it's definitely a two-edged sword, a very fun one in my kind of card. Well, we tried twice. We didn't quite manage to make it work. So I think it's time to just move on and try other things. I'm going to keep, I know like in my off time, I'm going to keep tweaking this deck and playing it. So it might resurface at some point in an even more improved format. But for now, I'm happy. I had fun playing some Luis Goes to the Lavabrink, and I hope you enjoyed watching as well. If you did and you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I stream MTG on my Twitch channel every Tuesday and Friday. There's a link to the Twitch channel in the description of this video if you want to come check out the action in real time. So I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.